Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 21 things that I personally learned in 2021. So I have all of my different lessons or things that I've learned in this notebook. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So these are in no order, like specifically, like none are more important than the others. I just kind of wrote them down randomly. Okay, so the first thing that I learned is expectations versus reality. Going into something, I realized this year it's really bad to have expectations because your expectations often aren't actually how reality goes. And so like when you go into something with expectations, you're usually let down because it's not what you had expected or like what you wanted. And so this year I kind of learned not to have expectations for things, and honestly I feel like it makes things so much more fun. For example, when I went on my road trip this year, go watch those vlogs if you haven't already. When I went on that trip, I had no expectations. I had no idea what we were gonna do during the entire thing, and so I feel like it turned out better that I didn't know what to expect than if I set a bunch of expectations for it. It's kind of hard to explain, but I hope you guys know what I mean. Number 2, you are the most important person in your life. Now, I know that may sound a little selfish or like self-conceited. I don't know if that's the word, but it's not. You are the only person who has to be with you 100% of your life. So that means you need to put yourself first through a lot of things, or just get to know yourself a little bit better, because people leave. People don't have to stay. They can leave whenever they want to, and not everyone is going to stay with you. And so yeah, you need to put yourself first. It's your life. I don't know, I just think that is something I learned this year. And yeah. Number 3, do not waste your time and energy on people who don't deserve it. Because I don't know, it's so hard not to do this, but again, I think you have to know yourself and learn about yourself in order to know who those certain people are that don't deserve your time and energy. Pay attention to how you feel when you're around certain people. If certain people make you feel drained and tired, do not give them your time and energy, because then that's just gonna lower your energy. You're gonna feel drained, you're gonna feel burnt out, you're gonna feel sad. That is how you get down. But if you pay attention to other certain people and they make you feel amazing when you're around them, they make you feel happy, that is who you need to surround yourself with, because that at the end of the day is what is going to help you out the most, not those people who make you feel sad or insecure or anything like that. Number 4, this is probably my number 1 thing that I learned this year, is chasing your dreams gets so lonely. And that's not something that people talk about, that's not something people tell you, but that is definitely how it feels. You will end up losing a lot of friends, a lot of people you once had in your life, just because you are putting more of your energy into your dreams and goals instead of having time to hang out with friends, you know? You'll end up changing a lot of things in your life to go after this dream or whatever, and it really forces you to be by yourself and get to know yourself, and it does get hard, trust me. One of the hardest parts of this entire year, and just especially with COVID, it makes it extra difficult to like hang out with friends and stuff. But yeah, that is the number 1 thing I learned this year, and just know if you're going through that, you are not alone. I was in the same position, kind of still am. So just know I'm always here for you guys. Here's my Instagram if you want to DM me. Number 5, this is also a huge one for me this year. Your mental health comes first. You can't do anything to your best ability if your mental health is crap. And I learned this a ton this year. My mental health probably has not been this bad, and you just can't be consistent in your life with people, yourself, your work, your school, your passion. You can't show up for it 100% of the time if your mental health is not where it needs to be, and that makes a lot of things a lot harder. But that just means you need to start focusing on your mental health and putting it first, because it is so important. And yeah, go to therapy, talk to someone, journal, whatever helps with your mental health. That is what you need to be doing. Okay, number 6, this is also a huge one. I know I keep saying that, but time management management is key. Literally, there have been so many times this year where I've needed to edit a video or do some schoolwork, and I'll be like, oh no, I can do it tomorrow, and I'll do this right now. And the thing that I'm doing right now isn't even important. And then something will come up tomorrow when I need to edit or do my homework, and it's just like, if I would have done this last night, it would have been done, but now I have to put it off till later, and then I'm late. So that is something I am still currently working on. Oh, also, I don't think I put this on here, and I'm just gonna put it in with this one, but self-discipline over motivation. Motivation isn't going to last you, but self-discipline will. Not every day are you gonna have motivation to go to the gym. Not every day are you gonna have motivation to do your schoolwork. But you can't just rely on motivation because it's not consistent. However, if you're self-disciplined and you know, like, okay, I need to do this now no matter how I'm feeling, that will get you a lot further than motivation will. Number 7, it's okay to be alone / independent. Yes, it gets lonely, but you need to learn how to enjoy your own company and just really take time to get to know yourself. One day you want to be alone. One day you will have someone and you will have friends that value you. But until then, it's okay to vibe alone. Just work on yourself. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself. Being independent is great. It gets you a lot of places, and yeah. Number 8, something I learned in the last month or so is that I love working out. I've literally become addicted to it. It's one thing that I look forward to every day. But now I'm actually going to a gym with my grandpa. He lovingly takes me, and I'm so grateful for that. But I have learned that I love working out at a gym, and I personally enjoy it so much better than working out at home. It's so addicting. It's a healthy addiction. But yeah, I truly love it, and I think it's something that has definitely helped me recently. Number 9, it's okay to grow out of something you once loved. Yes, it is very hard to walk away from, whether this be a person, whether this be a sport, whether this be a passion, a job, school, whatever. It is okay to grow out of something that you once loved very dearly. I kind of experienced this a ton with some people, friends, a sport, ton of other stuff, but just know it is okay, and that is how we grow, that is how we change, that is how we become better people and move on to better things. It's like the saying, old keys won't open new doors. Okay, number 10, life is so short, just do whatever you want. This is something I've implemented a ton into my life, whether I'm too scared to film at the gym or something like that, literally, who cares? Life is short. I'd rather film it than not film it, and then I have that to look back on, you know? Uncomfortable at first, doing things that make you uncomfortable, but ultimately we're all little people floating on a rock in the universe. Nothing is that deep. Okay, number 11, this kind of goes back with 10, but you'll have more regret if you don't just do it. YouTube. I didn't do it for the longest time because I was scared of what other people were gonna say. I was scared that people would judge me, but ultimately I knew that I'd regret it more if I didn't just try it. So here I am, about 2 years later, still filming videos, and do I regret it? Not one bit. I would have had way more regret if I didn't do it. So just take that into consideration when you want to try something but you're too uncomfortable to do it. Okay, number 12, friends change. You're not gonna have the same friends your whole life. Some are going to leave, some you're just gonna be distant from, you're not gonna talk to anymore, and that is okay. People come into your life for different reasons. They teach you different things. They teach you what you want, what you don't want, and all of that stuff. But just know one day you will find friends who truly value and support you through whatever it is. Quality over quantity. Okay, number 13, who you surround yourself with is so important. I saw this thing the other day where it was on TikTok, but insecure friends are bad friends. And to an extent, yes, that is very correct. Because if you surround yourself with someone who's insecure of themselves all the time, and then they turn around and they put it on you, that's just gonna lower your vibration, you know? It's not gonna be good for you. However, if you surround yourself with someone who always is hyping you up, is always telling you you look good, is always positive and happy for you and supports you, that is going to be so much better in the long run. Number 14, you will never please anyone. Literally, this goes back to life is short, do whatever you want. You're literally never gonna please anyone. It's just impossible. Do what you want, and that's what matters. You're the only person who should care what you do. You shouldn't worry about anyone else because they have their own life to worry about. You will never please anyone. So you might as well just do what you want to do. Number 15, consistency is key, but it's also very hard to be consistent. Again, your mental health has to be good or you're not going to be consistent. I've really been trying this year to be consistent with YouTube, but it has probably been the hardest thing to do. As you guys can tell, I've only been consistent like 2 months out of this year. Yeah, it's just really hard, but I'm really hoping next year I have a lot more time and better time management. So my phone stopped recording at like 15, so I don't think I finished what I was saying on that. So we're gonna move on to 16, and I'm just gonna do these next 4 kind of quick. So number 16, don't try to fit in. Everyone has so much potential, so many different things that they want to personally accomplish, and I feel like when you try and fit in, it kind of like hides that potential and hides all of those things that you want to do, and then you never end up doing them because you're too busy trying to fit in. And I just feel like it's kind of sad to me anyways. So this year I've really just been trying to do what I want and not worry about fitting in, because in the long run that doesn't matter. I'd rather not fit in and do what I want. So yeah. Number 17, small good habits can create your future. So what I mean by this is having a morning routine, having a night routine, having like different routines that set you up for the day or are just nice to end the day with are really good. Waking up at 12 p.m. and eating something that's not good for you and just laying back down and sitting on your phone all day, that is going to get you absolutely nowhere. Implementing good routines with good habits can get you so far and just overall help your mindset out, and it sets you up for a productive day. Number 18, journaling is so good for my mental health. It really just lets me dive into my feelings and it helps me figure out why I'm feeling this way and all of that stuff. It's just really helped me out personally recently with my mental health. And if you don't have access to a therapist or you don't want to talk to someone, I definitely recommend writing your feelings down and going through all of your emotions instead of just ignoring them. Number 19, traveling literally creates the best memories. Any opportunity that you get to travel, take it, or at least that's what I do. I love traveling. Literally anytime I think back to a past year or even this year, my mind immediately goes to the times that I've traveled because they're such like core memories. I also love traveling because it gets you out of your little bubble that you're used to, and it like forces you to experience new cultures, new lifestyles. Number 20, your mindset sets the tone for the day. If you wake up in a bad mood and then you continue to let yourself be in that bad mood for the day, then that's gonna turn into a week. That bad mindset then turns into a month. Then you're in a bad mindset for the year. So it is always good to turn those bad mindsets into a positive one, maybe reset, reconnect with yourself, figure out why you're in that bad mindset, and then fix it and move on. And that is a much better way to cope with it than just letting yourself be and sulk in that bad mindset. So yeah, your mindset is everything. Last and final lesson I learned this year is sometimes the best thing to do for yourself isn't always the easiest. Do you really think I wanted to stop going to public school and do homeschool? No. But ultimately I knew it was for the better. It was so hard to do because that meant leaving my volleyball team, leaving my friends at school, leaving the system that I'd been in for years, to doing homeschool. It has been quite a change and it wasn't easy at first, but I ultimately knew it was the best thing for myself, and I can confirm that it was totally worth it, and I'm glad I did it because I personally enjoy homeschool so much better. And so that just goes to show you that sometimes doing the best thing for yourself isn't always going to be the easiest. So yeah, those are the 21 things that I learned in 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different than usual. Maybe comment down below something that you learned in 2021, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.